Halloween's always been my favorite night of the year. The decorations, the costumes, the candy. But 3 years ago, it became the one night I'll never forget. I was 22, living alone in a small apartment near the edge of town. It was one of those chilly, windy nights, the kind where the trees scrape against your window. Trick-or-treating had ended hours ago, and I'd fallen asleep watching a horror movie marathon. At around 3 a.m., I woke up to knocking, 3 slow knocks. At first, I thought I'd imagined it, but then I heard it again, louder this time. Knock, knock. I got up, half asleep, and checked the peephole. There was a kid standing there, maybe 10 years old, wearing a dirty clown mask. He wasn't saying anything, just staring straight at the door. I whispered, "Hey, trick-or-treating's over, buddy." No response. He just tilted his head slightly, then took a slow step forward until his mask filled the peephole. That's when I realized something. There was no candy bucket, no costume under the mask, just a gray hoodie and muddy shoes. I backed away from the door and reached for my phone to call the cops. When I looked again, he was gone. I opened the door, checked the hall, empty. But on the floor was a folded piece of paper. It said, in messy handwriting, "Thanks for letting me in." I didn't sleep that night. And the next morning, when I checked my security cam, the footage showed the boy standing there for 20 minutes straight, before I even woke up. This happened in 2017 when I was in high school. Every Halloween, our neighborhood turned into a full-on carnival. Lights, music, kids everywhere. But that year, something felt off. The weather had turned bad, cold wind, fog rolling through the streets. By 8 p.m., it was almost silent. No one outside. I was walking home from a friend's costume party, just 3 blocks away. Halfway there, I noticed every house had its porch light off. No pumpkins, no candy bowls, nothing. Except one house. The old Miller place. It had a single orange light glowing on the porch and a bowl of candy sitting in front. Out of habit, I grabbed a piece. That's when I heard the door creak open. A woman's voice said softly, "You can take more than one." I looked up. The door was cracked open just enough to see her outline. Long hair, pale skin, wearing what looked like an old wedding dress. I laughed nervously, said thanks, and started walking away. Then she said, "You shouldn't be out here. They don't like visitors." I turned around, but the door was now wide open, and the porch light had gone out. I ran the rest of the way home. When I told my parents, they just stared at me. My dad said, "Son, that house has been empty for years. The Millers moved after the fire. No one lives there." The next morning, I went back to see for myself. The candy bowl was still there, melted and blackened, like it had been burned, and inside it was a single wedding ring. I worked security at a small-town carnival. It was mostly fun. Kids running around in costumes, parents watching fireworks, the smell of popcorn in the air. Around 11 p.m., things started winding down. That's when I noticed a guy standing near the exit. He was wearing a scarecrow costume, burlap mask, straw poking out, old denim overalls. Nothing unusual, except he'd been standing there for over half an hour. Every time I looked, he was in the same position, head slightly tilted, facing the main ride area. I finally walked over and said, "Hey buddy, we're closing up. You can head out now." No response. I thought maybe it was a prop someone forgot, until he turned his head. Slowly, I said again, louder, "Sir, you have to leave." He took one step toward me, then stopped. The burlap mask shifted slightly, and I saw a mouth sewn shut underneath. I stumbled back, radioed for help. But when the other guards arrived, he was gone. We checked the security footage later. In the video, you can clearly see me walking toward the figure. But here's the part that messed with me in the footage. There's no one standing there, just me, talking to empty space. Have you ever experienced something you can't explain? Share your story in the comments.